මේක මේ රියල් ටයිම් ස්ට්‍රැටජි උදින් පේන ගේම එක මේක මේ සින්දුව මේ මාර ගතින මම මේ සින්දුව අහන්න අර මේ මේන් මෙනියු මියුසික් එක මම හිතන්නේ මං ගේම් එකක අර රෙඩ් ඇලර්ට් එකෙන් පස්සේ අහලා තියෙන සුපිරිම මේ මෙනියු මියුසික් එක මේක ඒක තමයි බලන්නකෝ මේගොල්ලෝ ඕනාවට වඩා වෙලාව මේ නෑ මේක මෙනියු මේ මියසිකයක්නේ මේගොල්ලෝ වකිතන ගේම් එක මේ ඕනාවට වඩා කාලේ වැය කරලා තියෙනවා මෙනියු මියසික එක හදන්න ගේම් එක ගහන්න මේ හිතෙන්නේ නැහැ මෙනියු එකට වෙලා සින්දුව අහා ඉන්න හිතෙන්නේ මේකයි ග්‍රැෆික් හයිද ලෝද ඒක මොකද තෝරන්නේ නැහැ නිකන් අර Doom එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔය Call of Duty වගේ මේ ගේම්ස් වල තියෙන ඕන මෙනියු මියුසික් එකක් මොකද දාලා දිනුව ඒක එහෙම නැත්නම් ෆයිනල් ගේම් එකේ ෆයිනල් මේ මිෂන් එකේ
The Last Stand. Tanya set about destroying the last remaining heroes. Amongst others, her stepbrother Tristan.
ඕ ට්‍රිපල් ඒ ගේම් වල ඇවිල්ලා උන් මියුසික් හදන්න නැතුව ගේම් එකවත් හදන්නේ නැහැ නේ. ඉතින් මොන මියුසික්ද? කෝප් කරන්න පුළුවන් මේක. ගේම් එක ස්ටක් වුණා. සිංගල් ප්ලේයර් එක ගහන්නම. Calypso.
Welcome back, fearsome evil. The Last Stand. Tanya set about destroying the last remaining heroes. Amongst others, her stepbrother Tristan. Once upon a time, long, long ago in, well, you know the rest, the absolute evil had, in the fabulous predecessor to this game, taken over the entire overworld with its creatures. Now it spent its time on debauched parties and... Wait a minute. The entire overworld? No! One small village of indomitable heroes still held out against the invaders. The unamused evil was beside itself with rage. But all this was about to change once and for all, because the remote controlling evil sent its most vicious general into the field, the Dark Elf Talia. Talia, also known from the fabulous predecessor, came back from her vacation in a thoroughly good mood. Before that, she had defeated her foster father, the paladin Tanos. This fact is important to note. For this last remaining village of heroes was protected by none other than Tristan, foster son of Tanos and Talia's stepbrother. This proud warrior in shining, his handsome heroic chest accentuating armor, was the last glimmer of hope for the forces of good. Talia, who had fully embraced the dark side, couldn't wait to really kick her stepbrother's ass. And so our story begins. The last defenders of good were fighting for their survival. This seemed to be the perfect time for Tristan to make his appearance, the last mighty hero of the good races.
My brothers! In your eyes, I see the same fear that would lead me to despair. The day may come when the courage of true heroes is extinguished, when we abandon our companions and all bonds of friendship are broken. But that day is still far off. Stand fast, heroes of the West!
And with those familiar-sounding words, Tristan charged into battle to the cheers of his men. The heroes of good had managed to capture some of the evil creatures. Nevertheless, it was more than questionable whether a few minor victories and a brilliant speech could do anything against the absolute evil's armies. A storm of darkness and gloom descended, heralding the arrival of Talia, the absolute evil's general. This entrance not only panicked the defenders of good, but also seemed to strengthen the creatures of evil.
Hey, I'm back! Time to kick a little hero butt. Forward, creatures! Show me what you can do! Punch 'em smack dab in the mouth! Smash 'em in the face! Oh, and just as a precaution, get me my handbook of worn-out third-rate catchphrases. Ha-ha! If my eyes don't deceive me, that's my stupid stepbrother Tristan over there too, just waiting for me to lovingly put his head on a spear. Ha! Today is gonna be a good day.
Talia seemed to be very sure of victory. Some might find this puzzling, as it was the beginning of a long new campaign. But okay, maybe the rest of the missions are nothing but a string of debauched victory celebrations, who knows?
Select units, give the run or attack command.
A few pitiful opponents. I'm gonna massacre you. If I can just remember how that works again.
Fortunately, Talia's instincts took over at this point, something which wannabe pro gamers often refer to as auto-attack. Talia also remembered that she had a few skills that she could invoke whenever she felt like it.
Oh, right. Boom! That's how it's done. Did someone actually cage my subordinate?
Talia's mighty storm once again stood at her disposal.
Top right. Oh man, okay, just destroyed.
And another one for the Grim Reaper. Or Grim Reaperess, I'm not picky.
Your creatures have destroyed a cage. Talia had freed all the creatures. Not to be outdone by her stepbrother, she too gave a brilliant speech.
Speech? Sure. Creatures! Time to punch the do-gooders right in the kisser! Forward! Punch them in the face, kick them in the shins, break their belt buckles so they trip on their pants!
Yes, very inspiring.
Hasta la vista, hero boy!
Hasta la vista, hero boy.
Talia had reached the center of battle. With another brilliant speech, she goaded her creatures on one more time.
Another speech? Oh. Ding dong, the hero's dead. Is that okay?
Honestly, I don't know if I can work with you like this. After Talia's words, the creatures surged forward and flocked to their linguistically under-talented leader, or would like to, but the defenses on the left and right flanks made progress impossible. Talia had to destroy them in order to receive further support. The hero's left defensive flank could no longer withstand the breaching evil's creatures. The hero's defense collapsed on the right flank. The monstrous evil's creatures flocked to Talia.
Excellent. I can always use more cannon fodder. I mean, loyal subordinates. And another one for the Grim Reaper. Or Grim Reaperess, I'm not picky.
Talia, stepsister! You dare to show your face here after killing our foster father!
Yeah. Is that a trick question? You can see I'm here. Thanos deserved what he got. And I thought to myself, hey, like father, like son.
You will pay for your deeds, sister. The light will protect me. sister. Turn from evil and come back to the side of good. See the power of light.
With these words, Tristan was bathed in a golden light that seemed to protect him. As if that were not troublesome enough, a number of magical portals opened at the same time.
Huh. As if this wasn't dragging on way too long already. Can't we just jump straight to the point where I greedily take over the world? Forward, creatures! Smash the portals! Flatten that magic junk! Pull the plug!
My brothers! In your eyes, I see the same fear that would lead me to despair. The day may come when the courage of true heroes is extinguished, when we abandon our companions and all bonds of friendship are broken. But that day is still far off.
ไอ้โลซอนซาได้เป็นแน่เมกแฮมมันต้องมากุลีกุลี
Heroes of the West!
Oh, didn't you spout that same bullshit earlier? In exactly the same words.
No, not at all. I am known for my brilliant speeches. Wicked stepsister.
I seem to remember that whenever you were supposed to speak in front of the class, we had to get a medal.
You'll pay for that. Onward, faithful! Destroy the evil!
All the magical portals had been destroyed, and with them, Tristan's shield went up in smoke.
That's the way I like it. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. I was just about to kick my stepbrother's butt.
Sister, it doesn't have to end this way. Join me. Together we can still save the world.
Oh, can't you just die and spare us all the embarrassing melodrama?
Talia, this isn't the end. We'll meet again.
With these words, Tristan quickly created a portal and threw himself through it with the last of his strength. The portal closed again behind him.
Treachery, fraud, cheater! This was supposed to be my victory! And what the hell kind of glove is that anyway? Looks to me like game design forgot to balance the thing properly.
Maybe the people in charge were still too captivated by your great speech. It brought tears to my eyes too, however, not of emotion.
As if the bird brains these evil creatures have needed grand speeches. A few skulls to bash in, and the social calendar for the evening is filled.
Well, each to their own. But apparently, Tristan had suffered a mishap, as the aforementioned magic glove still lay in the place where it was last used. It would seem that he had accidentally lost it.
Wonderful. This thing is just what I need. Très chic. I'll, just grab that right away.
And so our story begins. Tristan had managed to give Talia the slip, but she had been able to capture his magic glove. The Gauntlet of Finitude, a fabled artifact. Unfortunately, UI overlays don't work in cutscenes, so Talia couldn't read just exactly what the glove did. Nevertheless, she proudly presented it to the Absolute Evil in its form as the Dungeon Lord. And so misfortune took its course, because at the same time, Talia wanted to demonstrate how loudly she could snap her fingers. But this snap, which would go down in the history books as the Dungeon Lord snap, unleashed horrific forces that were discharged into the Dungeon Lord himself. As Talia rose to her feet, the gauntlet had disappeared, and the Dungeon Lord lay dying. Viewers often began to cry at this point, because it made them think back to the last really good superhero movie. Talia mourned for about 5 seconds. Talia had shattered the realms of good and served them onto the absolute evil on a silver platter, while it had actually done nothing at all. So Talia now became the absolute ruler. She had no clue about how to rule, but more than made up for it with hubris and consistently ignoring glaring problems. In addition, she surrounded herself with a staff of incompetent advisors. What could possibly go wrong? 10 minutes later, Tristan had captured Talia, locked her in a cage, and put the armies of absolute evil to flight. And so the story ends. We'll tell you how the story continues in overpriced microtransaction bites. Oh, wait, wrong script. That's a different developer. Hang in there, I've almost got it. While Talia was ignominiously taken away, the unused essence of absolute evil continued to float through the ether. It wasn't about to admit defeat that easily, but for evil to triumph once again, it needed Talia back, for better or for worse. And so the swirling essence of absolute evil set about commanding the perplexed-looking chaotic hordes and freeing Talia. Hammer time. Round 2. The essence of absolute evil held the horde together and rose to the challenge of vicious dwarven engineering.
Tristan! Let me out of this damned cage, you stupid little good elf. Otherwise, I'll have a hard time wringing your scrawny neck. What the hell do you want from me anyway?
Talia, stepsister, your deplorable deeds must not go unpunished. You have slain our foster father Tanos, a blasphemous affront to our goddess, whom you, to top it all off, have also slain. But we will have plenty of time to argue on our journey. I am here for the stone. Brynhild, if you please.
You know you can, you little cutie. Oi! Go on, you lazy nut. Get that destroyer of worlds class hammer going.
Talia had been captured. Only the bubbling around the place essence of absolute evil could save her. It was amusing to leave Talia in the clutches of her brother. But on the other hand, without her help, the shapeless evil would probably just roam the countryside as a disembodied something or other, and at best be hired for third-rate horror movies. Fortunately, a forgotten dungeon heart lying in the underground could quickly be reactivated. Together with the creatures of the Horde, it would be easy to smash the do-gooder heroes there to smithereens. The wafting evil had to get rid of that dwarven contraption on the overworld, as it posed a threat to the underground, and with it, the dungeon heart. It was therefore necessary to build a mighty dungeon, or rather, to have one built, because, as a wafting essence, the disembodied evil could not do much itself.
Main menu, research, army, creatures, traps. Treasury. Requires research, opposite. Research.
gold-hungry evil had built a treasury. The meager amount that could be stored in the throne room was simply not even close to enough for a proper gold bath.
Gobbler farm. Throne room attached to the throne.
Payday.
මේක කොහෙන්ද දන්නේ? destroy the කොහෙන්ද දන්නේ මේකේ මේ heroes line එක. Each faction dungeon hold demons on the this wishes set out maximum level for your creature. Gobble 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 gobble. Gobbler Farm aika kutaunen.
Gluttony-loving evil had built a gobbler farm. Here, delicious gobblers were raised to serve as food for the Horde.
Gobblers are raised on gobbler farms. Both Horde and creatures even are more than happy to eat them.
Raising evil had recruited its first creature, a bit underwhelming considering that it was sitting on the throne of the gods a short time ago. But fresh starts are never easy.
In the hive, will set up camp. They can satisfy their needs and rest, and also heal.
Payday.
They become angry over time and begin to strike.
The sheltering evil had built a hideout for the Horde's creatures. These could henceforth build themselves a place to rest there. The evilest evil could use the Hand of Terror, not only to intervene, but also to lend its little snots the impetus they needed by giving them a spirited slap.
Oh, right click, snap. Oh, smack.
The attitude, the detestable evil, had earned some delicious evilness. Excellent things could be done with it, such as exploring new stuff. However, first, a place had to be found where the evilness could be stored. The absolute evil quickly built a vault of evilness.
මේකේ මං හිතන්නේ ගේම් එක මම සල්ලි දීලා ගත්තා නම් හොඳයි වගේ. මට කෝප් සෙල්ලම් කරන්න පුළුවන්. තව එක්කෙනෙක් එක වඩා කොහොමගේ ස්ටීම් කීයද කියලා බලමු. ගාන බලමු ඉස්සලම් ගාන. $60ක් වගේ නම් එහෙම නම් ගන්න නෑ. ලාභමත් නෑ. $30 උනා ගේම් එක. කීදෙනෙක් සෙල්ලම් කරනවද? ඕ 3000ක් 3000ක් සෙල්ලම්
Your
කරනවා.
gold vein is nearly exhausted.
$33යි.
Payday.
කාලෙකින් ගේම් එකක් ගත්තෙත් නෑනේ. අරන් බලමු. එමුණොත් මේක මං ක්වික් කරලා purchase for myself. මේක ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් වෙනවා විනාඩි 5න් මේක ස්ටීම් නේ ඔය ටොරන්ට් අනම්මනම් වලින් තමයි දවසම යන්නේ ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් වෙන්නේ install content create desktop shortcut පොඩ්ඩක් ඉස්සලා මේ හොරට download කරලා uninstall කරු uninstall බලමු කොච්චරලා ඇයිද කියලා අප්පටසිරි ඕ ඒ ඔරිජිනල් සවුන්ඩ් ට්‍රැක් මම බැලුවා ගේම් එක මෙච්චර එක්ක වෙලා ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් වෙනවා කියලා SD to CAD බලමු USD 4160 අප්පසේ ගේම් එකත් ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් වෙලා ඉවරයි. ගිගාබයිට් 10 ඩවුන්ලෝඩ් වුණානේ විනාඩි 3න් විතර. සියයට 97යි 198යි 199යි 100යි newsletter account management මේ මොකක්ද commandos origins
The Game Buying Evil was ready for its fourth adventure. Welcome. The Last Stand. Tanya set about destroying the last remaining heroes. Amongst others, her stepbrother Tristan.
බලමු කවුරු හරි ජොයින් වෙයිද කියලා. මේ මුල අර ටියුටෝරියල් tutorial mission එක කරලා
The
දානවා ඉස්සෙල්ලා.
Last Stand. Tanya set about destroying the last remaining heroes. Amongst others, her stepbrother Tristan. Once upon a time, long, long ago in... Hell, well, you know the rest. The last defenders of good were fighting...
A few pitiful opponents. I'm gonna massacre you. If I can just remember how that works again.
Fortunately, Talia's instincts took over at this point, something which wannabe pro gamers often refer to as auto-attack. Talia also remembered that she had a few skills that she could invoke whenever she felt like it.
Oh, right. Boom! That's how it's done.
කොරයින කොහෙටද අපි ගියේ? මේ සෙට් එක.
Astella.
Talia's mighty storm once again stood at her disposal.
Did someone actually cage my subordinates? Ah, forget that. I'm the only one who's allowed to do that. Time to bust these things open. Pulverize them. Nuke 'em. Yippee-ki-yay, hero mucker!
Your creatures have destroyed a cage. Talia had freed all the creatures. Not to be outdone by her stepbrother, she too gave a brilliant speech.
Speech? Sure.
Creatures! Time to punch the do-gooders right in the kisser! Forward! Punch them in the face, kick them in the shins, break their belt buckles so they trip on their pants!
Yes, very inspiring.
කොහෙටද මේ උත්තරේ? Oh.
Hasta la vista, hero boy.
Hasta la vista, hero boy.
Talia had reached the center of battle. With another brilliant speech, she goaded her creatures on one more time.
Another speech? Oh. Ding dong, the hero's dead. That okay?
Honestly, I don't know if I can work with you like this. After Talia's words, the creatures surged forward and flocked to their linguistically under-talented leader, or would like to, but the defenses on the left and right flanks made progress impossible. Talia had to destroy them in order to receive further support. The heroes' defense collapsed on the right flank. The monstrous evils creatures flocked to Talia.
Excellent. I can always use more cannon fodder. I mean, loyal subordinates.
The heroes' left defensive flank could no longer withstand the breaching evils creatures.
කොහෙද මේ යන්නේ?
Dead heroes!
Talia, stepsister! You dare to show your face here after killing our foster father?
Yeah. Is that a trick question? You can see I'm here. Thanos deserved what he got. And I thought to myself, hey, like father, like son.
You will pay for your deeds, sister. The light will protect me. Sister, turn from evil and come back to the side of good. See the power of light.
With these words, Tristan was bathed in a golden light that seemed to protect him. As if that were not troublesome enough, a number of magical portals opened at the same time.
Huh. As if this wasn't dragging on way too long already. Can't we just jump straight to the point where I greedily take over the world? Forward, creatures! Smash the portals! Flatten that magic junk! Pull the plug!
My brothers! In your eyes, I see the same fear that would lead me to despair. The day may come when the courage of true heroes is extinguished, when we abandon our companions and all bonds of friendship are broken. But that day is still far off. Stand fast, heroes of the West!
Oh, didn't you spout that same bullshit earlier? In exactly the same words.
No, not at all. I am known for my brilliant speeches, wicked stepsister.
I seem to remember that whenever you were supposed to speak in front of the class, we had to get a nod.
You'll pay for that. Onward, faithful! Destroy the evil!
All the magical portals had been destroyed, and with them, Tristan's shield went up in smoke.
That's the way I like it. Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. I was just about to kick my stepbrother's butt.
Sister, it doesn't have to end this way. Join me. Together we can still save the world.
Oh, can't you just die and spare us all the embarrassing melodrama?
Talia!
ඒ මොකක්ද?
Tristan had managed to give... Hammer time. Round 2. The essence of absolute evil held the Horde together and rose to the challenge of...
බලමු. බලමු සෙකන්ඩ් මිෂන් එක කෝප් ගේම් එකක්. මොකද ෆස්ට් එකට කෝප් මං හිතන්නේ නැහැ පුළුවන් කියලා මේක සෙකන්ඩ් එකත් හැබැයි ටියුටෝරියල්. ඕ පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න බලමු. මම දන්නවා මේකේ මගේ ඩිස්කෝඩ් එකකට ඒකට ගිහිල්ලා Dungeons for Community Hub discussion. Apa hoंगे මොකද නැද්ද අපට ස්කෝඩ් එකක් ගිහිල්ලා Decline Steam Epic Games to
Hammer time. Round 2. The essence of absolute evil held the Horde together and rose to the challenge of vicious dwarven engineering. Hammer time. Round 2.
Tristan! Let me out of this damned...
The wafting evil had to get rid of that dwarven contraption on the overworld, as it posed a threat to the underground, and with it, the dungeon heart. It was therefore necessary to build a mighty dungeon, or rather, to have one built, because as a wafting essence, the disembodied evil could not do much itself.
Nah, මේක කෝප් මේක සිංගල් ප්ලේ මේකත් ටියුටෝරියල් මිෂන් එකක් ඉඳලා මේක ඉවර කරලා ඊළඟ මිෂන් එකේ නම් කෝප් try කරන්න.
Hungry evil had built a treasury. The meager amount that could be stored in the throne room was simply not even close to enough for a proper gold bar.
Options. Talk to. Oh, save. Save. Wow.
Loving evil had built a gobbler farm. Here, delicious gobblers were raised to serve as food for the Horde.
the hideout. මේ hideout එක අපි හදන්නේ. Hideout.
Ding dong! The sheltering evil had built a hideout for the Horde's creatures. These could henceforth build themselves a place to rest there. The army-raising evil had recruited its first creature, a bit underwhelming considering that it was sitting on the throne of the gods a short time ago. But fresh starts are never easy. The evilest evil could use the Hand of Terror, not only to intervene, but also to lend its little snots the impetus they needed by giving them a spirited slap. The attitude-adjusting evil had struck one of its little. The detestable evil had earned some delicious evilness. Excellent things could be done with it, such as exploring new stuff. However, first, a place had to be found where the evilness could be stored. The absolute evil quickly built a vault of evilness.
Oh, Vault of Evilness. මුන්ට ගෑවුවා මුන් වේගෙන් වැඩ කරනවා ගුටි ගෑවුවා හැබැයි හෙල්ත් එක ටිකක් අඩු වෙනවා Vault of Evilness used to store evilness. Only stored evilness can be used. Once the room maximum has been reached, no further evilness can be stored.
The glamorous evil had built a vault of evilness. This allowed it to henceforth store evilness and use it.
Oi! No need to sit around there, Reese. When we could be picking up a little gold while we're here, eh? On you go, lads! Grab the nearest gold vein.
Sooner or later, the greedy dwarves would dig their way into the dungeon. The perfidious evil used a workshop to prepare traps to stop the gold-stealing dwarves in their tracks. Allowing evil had built a tinkerer's cave. Here, little snots could use the work units to make toolboxes, which were needed for the more extravagant dungeon accoutrements. Technological progress has almost always been a fine thing. Further research could not only make new units or rooms available, but also increase the maximum number of little snots or creatures.
Nikhil? Wait until your snots have produced.
Hey, look, I realize you really get a kick out of slapping your creatures, but they're not really the enemy here. Maybe you should
හා
reassess
ගහන්න
your
එපාදු
priorities.
මගේ වහල්ලු multiplayer make a multiplayer. This is not multiplayer. Build a spike trap. Research dungeon level 3. Oh.
Ding dong, it's payday. The cunning evil had placed the first traps.
මේකේ
This would
මේ
make it much harder
ඔයා
for
දන්
the
මේක ඇවිල්ලා
to
ටවර්
steal
ඩිෆෙන්ස්
the
කියලා
gold from
හිතන්නකෝ.
the treasury, or
දැන් මේ
even
මුන්
destroy
ඇවිල්ලා
the
අපි
dungeon
මේකේ
master.
වෙනස ඇවිල්ලා අපි මේ දුෂ්ටයෝ. මේක අර ස්ටෝරි එකේ හැටියට අපි මේ දුෂ්ටයෝ.
Oi! How long is this stone thing going to take, lads? Snookums and I were planning on dying of old age here.
I sure hope not, because I have a whole different set of plans for just how you lot are gonna die here.
අපි ඊවිල් පැත්තයෝ. Slime truck may go down. Just in case. Oh, maybe about to make throne room. තොර හදන්නේ කොහොමද තොර කෝකටත් ඕ මේ මේ තියෙන දොර එතනද තාම දොර කෝකටත් කියලා
Payday.
අයිතේ දොරවල් දැම්මම efficiency වැඩි වෙනවා තව එකයි මේක කැඩුවට පස්සේ ෆයිට් එක මගේ අර ගෝල් ඇටැක් ගෝලියෝ ටික එතනට ආව නම් හරි කොහොමද මම උස්සලා වෙන්නේ මොකොම් ටික උස්සලා ගන්න ඕනේ දැක්කද උන් බයිනවා මේ උන්ට ගැහුවා
Oi! Something dug into my little goat boy. Yeah! They had to be stinky noise. Whose skulls are at best used as toilet paper holders in the lavatory. Okay, boys! Tear this joint to the ground!
Dwarves had opened a passage into the dungeon. The little snots immediately executed Order 67, as they had been instructed to do by Talia in such a case, which meant that they ran through the dungeon with their arms flapping wildly. At the same time, they opened the secret trap cache, so that the tricky evil could give the dwarves a very warm welcome.
ඔක්කොම නිදි අරේ වගේ මේකට ඇටැක් කරන්න කටලා ගරු එනමිස්සා මාර ගෝලියෝ මගේ ගෝල්
A hero had died in one of the cruel evil's traps.
Oi! Did you little honey buns forget your little baby bottles? Or how did you manage to lose to a bunch of lousy orcs? But oi, we still have some reinforcements here. Reinforcements? Attack!
Obviously, the danger from the dwarves had not yet been neutralized. Luckily, the little snots had made a few traps in their spare time, and they were only too happy to make available to the all-consuming evil.
මේගොල්ලෝ මට ට්‍රැප්ස් ටිකක් දීලා අප්පා මගේ ගෝලයෝ කෝ
Thrasher was a very powerful trap, just waiting to slap several heroes to Nirvana at the same time.
Free soul trap.
The saw trap was perfectly suited for cutting tree trunks, but since they wouldn't become a resource until Dungeons 5, it would have to settle for dwarves for now.
Spike trap. On 3 sides. Oh, මේක මෙතන්ට දාන්න පුළුවන්.
A thrasher had been set up and was waiting for heroes who dared to go near the carousel.
ට්‍රැප්ස් එහෙම රොටේට් කරන්නේ කොහොමද?
A thrasher trap not only took out one hero, it also provided any and all surrounding heroes with some nutritious cauliflower at the same time. Cauliflower ears, that is.
එකයි දෙකයි තුනයි දන්නේ දැන් මට මේක දාන්න සේව් කරු
Another saw trap was mounted halfway up to be even more effective against dwarves.
options will go evil evil laughter camera select earlier army overview research pick up fill empty tile rotate work unit oh දකින්න මෙත්
A gold vein is almost exhausted. Ding dong! It's payday.
මේක මේ ෆ්‍රී ටු ප්ලේ නෙමෙයි මේ මේක ටිකක් ගන්න ගේම් එක මේ ඩොලර් 30 ගාණක් ලංකාවේ ඒක දාමු මෙතනට ඕ ට්‍රැප්ස් තව 3ක් දාන්න ඕනේ තව 3ක් ඕකේ හිතා ගන්න බැරි මේකේ hamster wheel එක ටිකක් complicated මේ ඒ කියන්නේ හරියටම තියෙන්න ඕනේ free තියෙන හින්දා ඕන මෙතනට
Hamster wheel of death stood ready. The little snot inside kept a watchful eye out for arriving heroes.
පොඩ්ඩක් ඉන්න මෙහෙම මේක try කරලා බලන්න. පොඩි idea එකක් තියෙනවා.
The workforce hoarding evil had increased its maximum little snot limit and now had access to even more of the industrious little creatures.
මේ මොකෙද්ද අප්පසිරිව ගන්න තාම සල්ලි මදි කොගිලා මුට ගහමු අම්මා මගේ ගෝල්ඩ් ඉවර වෙන්න යන්නේ මේක පුරවලා
While a hamster wheel of death did block a little snot, it knocked down heroes in its path and dealt an unseemly amount of damage. A gold vein has been mined out.
සල්ලි ඉවර වෙන්න යන්නේ වගේ ඕ ගෝල්ඩ් වෙන් එකක් තියෙනවා මෙතන මාරු මෙතන තව ගෝල්ඩ් වෙන් එකක් තියෙනවා. නැත්තම් එහෙම තව පොඩ්ඩෙන් බංකොලොත් වෙනවා මාව.
Payday. Creatures are collecting their pay.
මේක මගේ ට්‍රෙෂරි රූම් එක කරමු. තොරක් දාමු. Attack කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙයිද අප්පා?
A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon.
සාමාන්‍යයෙන් අලුත් ඒරියා එකක් ආවම මේකේ මේ එනමීස් නම් මනම් ඉන්නවා. මේක පළවෙනි මිෂන් එකකින්ද නෑ වගේ. Throne room එක fully upgraded. Upgrade කරලා මේ මට තව රූම්ස් තාම හදන්න නෑ. ඒක හින්දා මේ ටික ඔක්කොම ඕපන් කරලා බලමු. ඕ ගෝල්ඩ් වෙන් එකක් තියෙනවා මෙතන. අයින් කරමු. Kuro.
A hamster wheel of death had been put in position. Heroes who stepped on the trigger would definitely be anything but happy. Payday.
බලමු පොඩි රිස්ක් එකක් අරගෙන F2 තාප්පසිරි යන්න ණය වැටුණා මේ නින්දට මේගොල්ලෝ දැන් ගිහලා දාමු මේ රෙස්ට් කරන්න ටෙස්ලින් තියෙනවා අප්ග්‍රේඩ් කරන්න පුළුවන් හරි
It's payday.
මත් අප්ග්‍රේඩ් කරා හැමෝම අප්ග්‍රේඩ් කරලා තියෙනවා මට දැන් මේක ඩිස්ට්‍රොයි කරාම මම හිතන්නේ මිෂන් එක ඉවරයි මට මේගොල්ලෝ මේක ඇතුළට දාන්න පුළුවන් බෑනේ කෙනෙක්ට බඩගිනින්
The dwarves were defeated for the time being. Satisfied, the essence of absolute evil rubbed something together that could perhaps pass for two hands together. The all-destroying evil had conquered the exit. This left the way to the surface open for its troops.
hold immediately empty oh hold කරාම ඔක්කොම ටික ජනතාවේ තත්ත්වය ඕකේ ඒක හින්දා ටික ගෙනල්ලා
The absolute evil's creatures blinked a little as they stepped into the glaring light of the sun. Finally, they could lay waste not only to the boring corridors of the dungeon, but also to the lush green meadows of the overworld.
මගේ ගෝලියෝ ටිකක් ගන්න අතන හිරේ දාලා
destroyed a camp in the overworld. The defeated heroes ran away crying and tried to entrench themselves behind even higher walls. You have destroyed a cage. Payday.
ඔක්කොම ටික දන්නා ෆුල්ම අප්ග්‍රේඩ් තව ගෝලියෝ හිරේ එහෙම දාලා තියෙනවද කියලා නෑ මේ ඉන්නේ හිරේ
The vile evil had destroyed another of the heroes' camps. Screaming at the top of their voices, the survivors took to their heels.
I have to protect the blueprint, Snookums. Otherwise, the orcs will eventually end up building some decent machinery here. Well then, keep your chin up, Toodles.
Brynhild, what are you doing? I thought your dwarves could easily handle a few orcs.
Problems, brother mine? Oh, what a shame. I had actually already planned on making myself a tea set out of dwarf skulls.
Talia, your evilness truly knows no bounds. These dwarves are part of the Alliance of Good. You were also once part of that alliance.
The path to the dwarves' oversized hammer lay open. The trembling heroes prepared themselves for the final battle.
මේකේ මියුසික් මේ ගේම් එකට ඕනාවටත් වඩා ගැලපෙනවා.
The dwarven equipment spectacularly went up in flames, which was rather odd, as the creatures had only been hitting the thing with their weapons. But fine, perhaps horde weapons were made of flint. Yet the distraction provided by the dwarven intervention had shifted the destruction-loving evil's focus long enough for Talia and her stepbrother Tristan to disappear into the distance. With an imaginary sigh, the staggering evil took one last look around before setting off in pursuit. The path led to the Hellwoods, an eerie place claimed by the demonic creatures of the underworld. The Hellwoods. Talia was taken ever deeper into the lands by her stepbrother Tristan. They passed through the Hellwoods, a hotbed of demons.
Extras DLC.
The Hellwoods. Talia was taken ever deeper into the lands by her stepbrother Tristan. They passed through the Hellwoods, a hotbed of demons. In the underground beneath the Hellwoods, Talia's stepbrother Tristan was tampering with the remains of a dungeon long thought forgotten. But the demonic
can I
evil's henchmen
pakai message
were
kira?
hot on his heels and were also slogging their way through the underground. Tristan had no choice but to retreat.
My brothers! In your eyes, I see the same fear that would lead me to despair. The day may come when the...
Tristan, you good-for-nothing imbecile! Can't you just shut up for once? Or finally come up with a different speech? That's so... Hey! Are those my armies of evil? Here! Get me out of here so I can personally kick my stepbrother's butt! Go ahead! Finish them off! Give it to them! Push away past the expiry date cake, right in their faces!
Never! The power of magic flows through me. A magic barrier will keep those creatures at bay.
It seemed that Tristan did actually have some small knowledge of magic. His barrier was impenetrable to conventional attacks. Where magic was concerned, however, things looked just a little different. The spellbook perusing evil quickly set about tackling this problem underground.
Okay, පොඩ්ඩයින main menu එකට ගිහිල්ලා Hellwood
The
නේ
Hellwoods.
co-op create co-op game 30යි 754 බලමු යාළුවෙක් ජොයින් වෙන්න යන්නේ ගේම් එකට අන්න ජොයින් වුණා
The Hellwoods. Talia was taken ever deeper into the lands by her stepbrother Tristan. They passed through the Hellwoods, a hotbed of demons. In the underground beneath the Hellwoods, Talia's stepbrother Tristan was tampering with the remains of a dungeon long thought forgotten. But the demonic evil's henchmen were hot on his heels and were also slogging their way through the underground. Tristan had no choice but to retreat.
My brothers! In your eyes I see the same fear that would lead me to despair. The day may come when the...
Tristan, you good-for-nothing imbecile! Can't you just shut up for once? Or finally come up with a different speech? That's so...
Before the mana-craving evil could resort to magic, it would first have to take care of the demons. It made perfect sense to have a vortex built to house demonic creatures.
යාළුවගේ අතකෝ යාළුවා මේවා මෙහාරන්නේ
Has been discovered. Some parts of the underground were saturated with mana. Once dug up, this could be used to cast spells. The mana-addicted evil wanted to try this out as soon as possible. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon.
යාළුවා අතර වටේට හාරනවා
The room building evil had had a vortex built. There, hired demons found shelter and a place to wait until they could be resurrected at the cost of evilness after an unforeseen demise.
මාත ආරන්න ට්‍රක් ෂොප්පයක් හදන එක ඉක්මනටම අර තියෙන යාළුවගේ අත
Discovered.
Stand fast, men! There may come a day when courage fails us, but it is not this day. On this day we fight! By all that you hold dear on this good earth, I call you to stand firm! Brothers of the kingdom! Let us lay waste to the dungeon! Attack!
Ah, you stole that speech. I've heard something very similar to that before.
That's beside the point. Those words inspired my men. The pen is mightier than the sword.
But weaker than a horde battle axe. It's just too bad that I can't be there to watch the show because I'm stuck in your stupid cage.
යාළුවා තනියෙන් ඇටැක් කරන හතර
A
වටේට
new area. Heroes had entered the dungeon,
Uh-oh.
while the arsonist evil was marching its army around the overworld. Thanks to the demonic portal spell, creatures could instantly be sent back to the dungeon from the overworld. One of your creatures has died. Doors in the dungeon not only reduced drafts, but could also stop heroes and other enemies in their tracks for a short time. They also increased the efficiency of rooms. It therefore made sense to have a door to close off a production room.
කෝප දොරවල්
The never went to hogwash evil's little snot had built an arcanium. Should one of these droll little workers manage to find the time,
යාළුවා
wood from
තව හාරනවා
be produced here.
සල්ලි නැහැනේ අපිට ඒකයි මේ හාරගෙන යන්නේ. සල්ලි හොයන්න. empty room එකක් නැද්ද? අප්පා මෑනා තියෙන හැමතැන.
Ding dong, it's payday.
එදස් 500ක් ඕනේ තව 1500ක්. Actually cancel කරන්නේ කොහොමද මේක? cancel කළා. මොකද සල්ලි නැතුව නෙමෙයි සල්ලි තියෙනවා අපිට මේ gold veins ඕන තරම් තියෙනවා. ඒක අර මයින් කරන්න යන වෙලාව
A
තමයි.
new area has been unearthed in the dungeon.
අප්පර්සර් මේ මොකද්ද මේ? දැක්කද යාළුවගේ අත? අර තියෙන යාළුවගේ අත.
The gallant evil had now gained access to a number of spells. Create resources, for example, allowed toolboxes or gobblers to quickly be created as if out of thin air. In keeping with his childlike disposition, the
මොකද්ද
evil
මේ?
immediately
Slow
tried this out.
aura
The
of
childish evil's eyes glowed with joy as it successfully used the Create Resources spell. This would allow stocks to be filled even without decent production. A gold vein is almost exhausted.
Hey, Tristan, favorite, because only stepbrother. See my troops marching over there? I think they're gonna make short work of you.
Don't get your hopes up too soon, stepsister. My barrier and my men will stop them. We've got
යාළුවා ආයෙ attack කරනවානේ.
and we'll soon be on the road again.
මට යාළුවා attack කරනකම් මං shape එකේ
Come on, get a move on. Save me, free me, sign petitions demanding my release.
A little snot set about generating mana in the Arcanium to make it available to the spell-wielding evil. spoiled evil had discovered a few stray demons who were all too willing to join his dark army. Of all things, these were stuck in a rather awkward position. The perplexed evil pondered how to go about it. An arcane tear had appeared very close to the absurd evil's armies. These magical anomalies were not uncommon in the area and promised great power to those who knew how to use them. The creatures knew but one way to deal with these. The corrupting evil had captured an arcane tear. New power flowed through it, giving it the ability to now cast the meteor rain spell. As luck would have it, there was a group of heroes nearby who made worthy targets.
Oh, go to the overworld. යාලා උඩ ඒක කරන ගමන් මට පුළුවන් මෙතන පල්ලෙහා ට්‍රැප්ස් ටික හදන්න. Requires research. What a research
the arcane tear's power could now be used by the spell-casting evil.
මොකද්ද මේක කියන්නේ? level 1 unlocks all simple traps. कोई research එකද මේකේ මේ
You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon.
ඔක තමයි අන්තිමටම කරන්න තියෙන එක. දැන් හරි මේ තියෙන්නේ බඩු.
A gold vein has been mined out. You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon.
traps ටිකක් දැම්මා. හැබැයි heroesලා එන්න
Your
විදිය.
demonic portal is under attack.
ඔව්. කොයි demonic portal එක? ඔව් මේක.
The ingenious evil had managed to return the scattered demons safely back to the dungeon by means of a spell.
අපි පංකොලොත් වේගනේ දයන්නේ සල්ලි තියනවාද අපිට? අප්පා ගෝල්ඩ් වෙන්න එකයි තියෙන්නේ. කෝ අප්පා සල්ලි වලට මොකද?
Talia, I still can't believe you really did all that. Weren't we like family to you?
I was constantly insulted and humiliated. Does that sound like a family to you?
Yes?
The merciless evil's army had reached the magical barrier. A spell would sweep it away. While the Cruciatus intoning evil was making its way through the protective barrier, Talia and Tristan continued upon their way.
Tristan, beloved brother, would you be so kind as to open this cage door for me? There's no need.
යාළුවා මෙතන ෆුල් ලොකු ෆයිට් එකක් යනවා මම මෙතන
And I simply cannot
අතේ
forgive
සතේ
you for
ඔක්කොම
saying
නැති වෙලා
that
ගෝල්ඩ් හොයනවා හතර වටේට හරහාර
the good people of the country.
බංකොලොත් වෙන්න යන්නේ මුළු හමුදාවම
I mean, all that
ඕ
just
මෙන්න මෙතන
happened.
හොඳ ගෝල්
I don't know
One can
how
deposit
exactly
that, you
it
know.
could all go so wrong either.
You put Tanos' head on a spear.
He bloody well deserved it. Time and again, I had to suffer
තව
insults
වේන්න
from
එකක්
him
තියෙනවා
and his
මෙතන
henchmen
4000ක
simply because of my origins, as if all dark elves were evil.
You killed hundreds of heroes, slew Father's companions, and put Father's head on a spear.
They made me do it. It's society's fault.
It's payday.
Tristan, I finally understand. I behaved poorly. If you let me out now, I vow to do better.
Really?
Of course not, you imbecile. I'd give you a wedgie worse than I ever gave you in our entire childhood. One you'd still be telling your grandchildren about, provided you can still have children and grandchildren at all afterwards.
මගේ යාළුවා කියනවා රත්තරන් නැල්ලු ගෝල් දිසාලු මං කිව්වා මාස හතර වටේට හාරනවා කියලා මේ ගෝල්ඩ් හොය හොය මෙතන හැබැයි වේන්ස් හතරක් තියෙනවා දැක්කද යාළුවා මේ මෙතනට දැන් මේ අර මේක මොකක්ද ඒකට කියන්නේ ට්‍රෙෂරි රූම් එක කොයි පැත්තටද හාරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා රත්තරන් හොයන්න. ඒ පැත්තට පොඩ හාරලා බලමු.
The magic using evil had conquered an arcane tear. Armed with that captured power, he could
better
now
haragan, yeah.
use the mana shield spell.
Talia, I wish you would change your ways. Remember back when we were children and would play together by the creek?
And you threw me in?
You dropped a bee's nest on my head first.
Oh, that's right. I remember the way your head swelled up like a melon.
have lost a creature forever.
යාළුවාට වැදුර දුවන්න. මේ පැත්තට හාරගෙන යන්න. තව රත්තරන් තියනවද කියලා බලන්න.
You have unearthed a new area in the dungeon. Ding dong, it's payday. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon.
ඒ කොහෙද? මැනානම් තියනවා හෙන ගොඩක්. මේ යාළුවා තැමතන හාරනවා. රත්තරන් ඔය. මේ පැත්ත රත්තරන් තියනවා කියලා පේනවා.
A new area of the dungeon has been discovered.
යාළුවා පට ගාලා දැම්මා. ගෝඩෝ ටිකක් තමයි ඇටැක් කරා. යන්නම් මෙතන මෙතන මොකද්ද වෙන්නේ? මෙතන තමයි ගෝල්ඩ් මේන් එක. මෙතන 1000යි මෙතන 3000යි පොඩි ගානක් තියෙනවා නරක නැහැ. යාළුවට මැනා ශීල්ඩ් එකක් එහෙම දීලා පොඩ්ඩක් උදව් කරා. මොකද මෙතන මැනා තියෙනවා ඕන තරම්.
A new area of the dungeon has been discovered.
ඕ ඒ කොහෙද?
The spell-wielding evil had seized an arcane tear. The newfound magic allowed it to now use a spell to summon the Prince of Hell. The arcane tear's power permeated the land. Spells were now even more powerful. A new area has been unearthed in the dungeon.
ඕ ගෝල්.
And again, the power of the arcane tears stood available. The fanatic evil's armies reached another magical barrier.
මේ ගෝල්ඩ් වෙන් එක අන්සිලෙක්ට් කරලා තියමු දැනට. මොකද ගෝල් තියනවා දැන් මැනා උනේ.
There's my army. Time for you to die, stepbrother. Go, my creatures! Grab them, run them down, rub hot chili sauce in their eyes, and get me out of this damn cage!
My brothers! In your eyes, I see.
You're not gonna repeat that same old crap again, are you? Are you?
Ah. Men! Stop them! Talia, we have to move on.
The power of the arcane tears had been activated. Spells were immediately available again and were now even more powerful.
ටික ඔක්කොම හාරමු.
The Arcane Tear's power could now be used again. The Arcane Tear's power strengthened the magical evil spells. Payday. One of your creatures has died.
මේ ගෝල්ඩ් වෙන්න එක තාම මගේ අපේ මැප් එක
And again, the power of the Arcane Tears stood available. The ice in its drink-loving Evil's armies had defeated Tristan's pathetic defenders. Evil's creatures were filled with jubilation. But the disembodied essence of Evil was not yet in the mood to celebrate, for Tristan himself had escaped and still had Talia with him. The lingering without physical form Evil pretended to sigh and once again took up pursuit. The plains of Strotham. The absolute evil continued its efforts to free Talia. The trail led it to the vicinity of the city of Strotham, which was once besieged by undead.
යාලෝ ගියා නිදා යාලෝ ජර්මනියේ ඉඳන් සෙල්ලම් කරන්නේ has left මාත් මෙතනින් නවත්තලා හෙට එන්න මට එතකොට රත්තරන් වලට හාරන්න පුළුවන් යාළුවට පුළුවන් එළියට ගිහිල්ලා ඇටැක් කරන්න